It's NBA basketball on 2K. Here we are. Early in the NBA season, and teams focus on situational awareness. Doris, what have you noticed so far this season?
Yeah, Kev, these situations are really all about execution, right? Are players poised in late clock situations? First of all, do they recognize where the shot clock is? Can they adeptly and quickly read defenses? So those are some of the things I'm watching for.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Brown in at the small forward.
You could tell it was almost tunnel vision on that pass. Had no idea where the defender was.
Here's George. Back to Oubre. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Nailed from three-point land.
Excellent recognition from Kelly Oubre right there. So solid, sensing when one of his guys is open.
Pass to White. Back to Brown. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Tatum. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Jaylen Brown has improved as a setup guy. That pass was on time and on target.
You know, many see Brown as a scorer, but Doris, he's put more of an emphasis on his defense in recent seasons.
You're exactly right, Kevin. He's taken tremendous pride in asking his coaches to put him on the best offensive player. When he's the point of attack defensively, look out. He can give a lot of headaches to ball handlers.
There's White after the made shot from Kelly Oubre. Maxey looking it over. That three off the mark. Tatum against George. A nice shot by Tatum. Tatum's got his second basket of the night.
It can be a very difficult thing to check Jason Tatum because of the multitude of ways he can score it. Give me the floater game, JT.
Maxey finds Edwards. Here's Embiid. The rebound by Holiday.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And it's White missing. Well, it was the 76ers, their last game, a loss to Oklahoma City. Oubre, good.
Well, you have to respect how fast Kelly Oubre gets his shot off in catch-and-shoot situations.
Here's Tatum. And the layup's good off the glass. Tatum's got 6 points.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
For Boston, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. He's got 8.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team. Shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
This guy, one of the most elite athletes in the game, Jaylen Brown, finishes beautifully.
Outside for George. Another miss by Philadelphia. The Celtics have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shoot to get this game underway. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Oh, how easy it is to get off your feet. How about the spring from Jason Tatum?
Now, here's Maxey. From 15 feet away for 3, Edwards. That ball, nice speed that time from George. Edwards got a couple of threes now in the first with the 76ers. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, even with an MVP and Joel Embiid, the Sixers can't be a one-man show. Embiid says, I watch a lot of games and I see what's working. Good basketball means cutting, moving, guys getting off the ball, and it's moving and not sticking. But you need the right guys to execute that system. And I think we've got the right guys. Kevin?
I know you and I agree they do, David. Thank you very much. Yes, that goes in.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
There's 31 seconds left here in the first quarter. Maxey against Holiday. Nobody near George. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Outside Holiday. Outside Tatum. Outside Porzingis. Porzingis with a screen on Edwards. Out to Porzingis. It's good.
Well, we know he's got a lot of tools in the toolbox, but the finger roll might be the sweetest of them all.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. 7. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. Let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the 76ers.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
It's in Oubre. They have the guard duties. And Embiid is out there with Edwards. And it's George in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels him.
Brown, no good. And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Embiid kicks to George. Embiid sets the pick for George. Oubre outside. The 76ers need to get off a shot. And it's George missing.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
White the pass to Porzingis. The 3. White, good. White's got his second bucket of the night.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White rise and fire from three-point, and it is on target.
The 3 from George. Rebound by Drew Holiday.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
There's Porzingis. No good. That would have tied it. The 76ers have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. George dishes to Embiid. Brown against Edwards. Crafty move. And Edwards slams it in.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness. The D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Oh, Tatum won't be denied.
When you allow Jason Tatum to build momentum offensively, it can be a scary night.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Oubre against White, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation.
Boston ball.
Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against the Brooklyn Nets. In the corner, Tatum with it. Brown outside. Back to Tatum. It's stolen by Edwards. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. And George kicks to Oubre. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Oubre has got the lead up to 5 now for the 76ers. Holiday looking for an opening. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Holiday's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Maxey against Holiday. Outside for George. And stolen by White. Paul George with the steal. Edwards, a screen on White. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
2 fouls already on him. That is not the way to get your minutes per game up.
For Boston, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Holiday attacking, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
What great burst by Drew Holiday there, and he just finishes with intent. That's a big-time move.
Holiday against Maxey. Spins. George passes to Edwards. Lets a floater go. Embiid. That one misses. Nice D from Porzingis. Boston's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter.
How about a little bit of daylight is all Jaylen Brown needs, up off his feet in a hurry.
Philadelphia's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, and nailed 5 of them. Maxey attacking. Oubre kicks to Embiid. 24 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Clock at 6. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Here's Maxey. That one's off. Still out of sync. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. The Celtics shooting their first free throw of the night.
And last season, when they got themselves to the line, they usually came through as a team up around 81%.
Holiday against Oubre. Tatum with a screen on Oubre. Outside Tatum. Over George. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Since we got a little time on our hands here, you guys got any big plans for tonight?
Not me. I'm just going to take it easy.
And as we review this first half for the Celtics, still anybody's game.
He came in on a mission. He's destroying people.
And that'll do it for half.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
On the floor for Boston. They've got Horford, and it's Hauser in at the 2. You know, Doris, assists aren't just a point guard stat any longer, are they? A lot of big men in the league can distribute very well.
Yeah, Kev, it's really striking to me how multi-dimensional every single position in the NBA has become. As you said, bigs can pass, point guards can attack the cup and score. The game is becoming more and more skilled.
Drives to the hoop. A special move before the shot. Pritchard's got his first bucket in this one.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And there's the foul. It's on Peyton Pritchard. That's his first foul. Quentin Grimes is checked in for Philadelphia.
Now into the lineup for your 76er. Number 5, Quentin Grimes.
Second half just getting started. About a minute played. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down. Now it's just 3 on the bucket from Yabusele.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
And that one is good. Yabusele's got 4 points this quarter.
Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
And the basket by Hauser. And the Celtics lead by 3.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
And Drummond kicks to Yabusele. Pass to McCain. Outside Lowry. Out to the right wing. Just 5 on the clock. Driving inside. McCain's shot is off. Boston leading by 3. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking. I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Grimes passes to Yabusele. Inside, Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Boy, power play by Andre Drummond. He has made a career out of stress testing the rims.
Going inside. 3-pointer, Horford. And stolen by Drummond. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
The Celtics have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Hauser the pass to Horford.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Here's Hauser. 6 on the shot clock. From the low block, and it's good. 2 points. Hauser's got his second basket of the game. Third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop, and stolen by Horford. .131 left in the third quarter. Hauser the pass to Craig, and finished off by Craig.
The assist.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
1:05 left to play here in the third. The shot. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Pass to McCain. Now Lowry. Here's Drummond. Grimes passes to Drummond. Back to Lowry. Shot clock at 5. Shoots the 3. Beyond the arc. The 76ers again can't hit it. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Horford in the post, working on Drummond. Here's Walsh, still scoreless. Craig passes to Hauser. Got a piece of it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
The floor for your Sixer, number 30, Adam.
Just 4 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Bona. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Running the wings, it's Oubre and George. Edwards is out there with Embiid, and it's Maxey in at the 1 spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Stolen by Holiday. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That's on Justin Edwards. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Boston?
They've been playing some really physical offense, just attacking the paint as much as possible. And I tell you what, they have been very successful with that strategy.
The other thing that's been impressive is really just relentless driving the basketball. Doesn't matter if the defense is there, they are challenging them and getting it done.
Boston leading by 7. Tatum on the wing. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul.
And clearly struggling here with the foul, still early, and just one more will put him over the limit.
Tatum with the screen on Oubre. The kick out to Tatum. Launches it from deep.
Well, not only is he a tremendous athlete, but Paul George is a terrific positional defender. He just uses that body so well to contest shots.
A three-pointer is right on target.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Now here's Edwards. Pass to Embiid. Shot clock at 6. Maxey finds Oubre. No good on the 3. The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. A pass to Porzingis. Paul George with the steal. On the wing, George. Cranes it from beyond the arc. George has got 6 here in this quarter.
The triple has been a major part of Paul George's arsenal. This guy has got the size to get it off.
Pass to Tatum. Takes a 3. A 3 from Tatum.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Oubre outside. In the corner, George with it. Outside, Edwards. A 3 ball. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut to just 1 point. On the basket from Paul George.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Here's Holiday. Out to White. Brown outside. Tatum on the wing. Here comes Tatum. That one good for 2. Tatum's got 19 points.
The very definition of their go-to player. Mr. Tatum, ball in your hands. Yes, sir.
Embiid wide open. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Celtics leading by 3. Here's White. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Here's Maxey. And a miss there on the triple.
Simply put, a bad shot, guys. They all know they can get a better look than that.
Brown with the screen on Oubre. The kick out to Brown. 3-pointer. Rebound by Joel Embiid. Embiid's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Maxey on the wing, guarded by Holiday. Maxey passes to Uber. Another miss by Philadelphia. It's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. It's a 5-point game.
That's his second personal foul. 4th team foul.
And Boston has possession. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. And it's off from 3-point range. George with the ball. Now guarded by Tatum. Back to George. Oubre against Holiday. Oubre dishes to George. Clock at 6. Embiid in the corner. A 3-pointer off the mark. Here's Holiday, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Here's Holiday. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Fires from way outside. The shot that time not on target. So it's the Celtics picking up the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might...
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Alden, this is...
on 2K. Now we have a moment to look. Look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
We're just not seeing the same tenacity from him on the defensive end lately. He hasn't been blocking as many shots over the last few months, and I think it's made him a little less intimidating under the hoop.
Let's check out Milwaukee's starting lineup. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. And it's Prince in at the 3. And for the 76ers, they've got Joel Embiid. Kelly Oubre out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Paul George, and it's Maxey in at the 1. Now here's Maxey. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get to sit over the
Are
top.
you kidding me? Wow, amazing!
Man, that's some flashy stuff from Antetokounmpo. They're dicing up the D with the ball control.
For 3. And it's Maxey missing. Here's Milwaukee. It's a 3-point game. Last time they met in Milwaukee.
They were able to pull out a win last time because their bench came up big. It's so important to have depth on your roster.
Probably looking for more of the same here. As we know, a deep bench so crucial to any team's success.
And George with the jam.
Oh, that's why we've seen PG, remember, years ago in the dunk contest, still showing you he's got ups.
For 3, here's Lillard. It's hauled in by Oubre. Philadelphia's gone 0 for 2 from outside. Well, Grant, there are a few players in the league who attack a defense from the logo, but Lillard is one of them.
Yeah, and he makes it look so easy. You have to pick him up at the half-court line, and it's been that way for about a decade.
Prince, the pass to Trent, and he goes in for the dunk.
I like how Taurean Prince moves the ball, consistent at getting it to his teammates within the offense.
Prince against George. For 3, Maxey. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Lillard finds Antetokounmpo. Back to Lillard. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, Giannis dunks it home.
Yeah, I don't know how many defenders are stopping Giannis when he's up like that.
Outside Maxey. George outside. And the 76ers another 3.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Bucks trail by 6. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Oubre. Embiid passes to George. Back to Embiid.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Here's Drummond. Good. And the assist to Embiid.
And Drummond's going to go right back up into that physical play, and he's still going to finish strong.
Here's Trent. Got a piece of it. Oubre against Trent. And they go to the intentional foul.
Taurean Prince. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. For 3, Maxey sinks the tray. Maxey's got 11 points.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Joel Embiid is setting records with his scoring, but he said, when I get stuck into just being a scorer, that's not the best version of me. I like sharing the ball. As you've seen the last couple of years, the teams that have won, they move the ball. Nothing is static. So that's how we should play. Pretty simple, Brian.
Yeah, great understanding, right? Thanks, Allie. George against Prince. Drummond passes to Embiid. Maxey on the wing, defended by Lillard. 5 on the clock. Outside Oubre. Over Trent. Giannis with the rebound.
Coaches loathe empty possessions. You got to be able to hit the easy ones.
Yes, great play by Lillard to set it up. 6 points for him.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Maxey passes to Embiid. It's George on the wing. And another miss by Philadelphia. Here's Prince. Shoots over George. That shot missing. What a performance for Tyrese Maxey. He has been the story for the Philadelphia. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep. And they have been thus far.
And let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second. Inside we have Giannis and Lopez. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. And it's Prince in at the small forward position. Nice shot by George.
George, a volume three-point shooter. He possesses outstanding confidence and leans into that perimeter game.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Look at Giannis playing big inside against contact.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Brent, we've never seen a player like Giannis. How do you stop him? Or how do you at least slow him down?
Well, B.A., there's a reason why I'm over here in a suit and the coaches are over there in their suits. That's their job. And Giannis is just one of those guys you hope is having an off night. Force him into as many jump shots as you possibly can. But inside, Giannis is going to get there, and he's going to devastate. Trent Jr. recognizing the lane there and exploited it.
The Sixers lead by 7. Embiid a screen on Lillard. And Maxey, here we go. Pass to Drummond. George outside. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
His shooting has been fantastic, and this team has leaned on him.
Prince against Drummond. Lopez with it. Oh, George with a steal. Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. It's George on the wing. Three-pointer Embiid. Prince grabs the miss.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Trent from long range. Can't hit that one.
That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size paying off.
Embiid can't hit.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
Looking to run, Prince just streaks down the open court.
Outside Maxey. Fires in the triple. Maxey's got 14.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Trent, the pass to Lillard. Let's go with a three. Yes, sir! You can count on Dave from deep.
And Lillard wasting no time getting 3 back.
Embiid from outside. Another 3 for Philadelphia. Grant, there are such intense rivalries at the college level. Do any of those carry over?
Get out of the way!
Wow!
Oh, I would love to see Giannis in the dunk contest. Wouldn't that be sweet?
Maxey attacking. Kicks it to George. Outside Oubre. Pass to Embiid. Lets the three fly. They get it back. George outside. Outside Maxey. 6 on the shot clock. Late clock. The Sixers need to put one up here. George, no good.
That's his shot. And one, I'm sure, he wants back.
Prince, the pass to Lopez. Now Antetokounmpo. All sorts of time. It's hauled in by the Sixers. Embiid's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Oubre. George passes to Oubre. Maxey against Lillard. Embiid a screen on Lillard. And there is the whistle. That goes on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
36 seconds left to play in the half. Embiid finds George. From deep, rejected by Antetokounmpo. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo.
Still Sixers ball.
Just 2 to shoot.
He's lost some of the momentum he had earlier. The defense is really clamping down on him now. And what's surprising, during the second quarter, he hasn't really looked like himself.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
For 3, George. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Philadelphia with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. 3 points is better than 2. Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
Well, I think for Milwaukee, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, everyone starts out on. And now, time to talk about this game. What a solid start for the 76ers.
When you take care of the ball.
And that's it for halftime.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Paul George has been sensational.
Through the first 2 quarters and change, his perimeter shooting continues to be spot on.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, BA. The Bucks know they are a high-level team. They want to dominate the competition on another level.
We've got Edwards, and it's Lowry in at point guard. That's the group for Nick Nurse getting going here in the second half. Edwards with it. Now Porter defending. And here's Lowry from the arc. Drills it from deep. Lowry's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Throughout his career, Lowry's been a threat from that area.
Outside, Green. 3-pointer. He buries it from 3.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Pass to Bona. Lowry outside. There's the screen. Fires from deep. Philadelphia, the rebound. Here's McCain. Tipped away. Edwards with it. Still no points. And Lowry with the basket on the assist from Edwards.
His skill set is so valuable on the offensive end. The coach can put him anywhere, and Lowry's going to find a way to impact the play. That time, catch and shoot.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
When you have an MVP talent in his prime, the focus has to be on winning the title. The Sixers' Joel Embiid said, quote, "The only thing I care about is winning." That takes a lot, and everybody has to contribute. I'm always going to believe in myself. I love the guys that we have. We are going to go and fight every single night.
Great perspective there. Thanks, Allie. Clock is at 3. From behind the arc. Lowry with another miss. Bucks trail by 10. Outside Porter. And Kevin Porter picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Showing the numbers from last NBA season, the leaders in team steals. Philadelphia, number 1.
The steals numbers only tell part of the story. This was a team that made trouble for every opponent with their incredible effort on the defensive end.
And Kevin Porter picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Lowry into the lane. Pass to McCain. Back to Lowry. Three-pointer.
And they've been able to maintain this lead despite his inconsistency from the field.
Here's Sims. Porter with it. The 3 is up. And it's Bona with the rebound. Porter with the steal. And the Bucks pushing it up now. Here's Green. And Lowry with the defensive effort. The Sixers lead by 10. Pass to Bona. Here's McCain. And there's a pick.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Here's Bona. He's scoreless. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Jackson, the pass to Porter. And stolen by Edwards. Lowry with it. Now Porter defending. Portis with the steal. All alone on the break. Here's Sims. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Hustle plays like that are crucial right now. You have to convert on every turnover you get.
And the free throw, no good. And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
Whoa, oh my goodness!
A big finish right there!
Awesome. Put that one-man show on Broadway.
That's one way to go with the alley-oop.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Lowry with a screen on Portis. Yabusele. Oh, a big slam right on Bobby Portis. Oh, man.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Porter, the pass to Jackson. And there's the drive. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jackson's got his second basket of the game.
It's interesting. They definitely had more three-point attempts in the first half. Not sure why they went away from it.
Lowry drives in. Portis with the steal. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. That's good from Porter.
The last pick of the first round in 2019, Porter Jr. plays with a chip on his shoulder. I love the competitive attitude.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Edwards a screen on Porter. Lowry drives in. Oh, deflected. Stolen by Jackson. In transition, here they come. Here's Porter. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Now just a 4-point Philadelphia lead.
The execution has been better lately. Do they have enough energy to pull it off?
Well, they've shown both effort and will to get back from this one, but can they finish this one off? Can't let up now.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the... And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
You know, anytime the guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. Inside we have Giannis and Lopez. And it's Prince in at the small forward.
You know, Maxi's willing to play a secondary role, but he can also take charge when needed.
Paint goes in. And the layup is good off the glass.
And just great intensity down the stretch. I mean, he really wants to rock with the game on the line.
Take a look at him, locked in right now in this moment, wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
Offensive rebound. The shot comes out. The Bucks trail. To tie it up. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
Lillard just a menace when he's driving inside, forces the D to act, which is why he gets those calls.
And you know, Damian Lillard, a lot of his points come from the line, Brent.
Well, he does a great job of getting himself there. I think defenders are so in tune with Lillard's ability to drill you from the three-point line. He gets around the initial guy and then into the teeth of the defense where he's very strong at attacking the rim.
Pass to Embiid. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Maxey against Lillard. And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That'll be a second foul of the game. And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse had to say to the team. Coach was blunt with his assessment. He said to throw out everything that happened until now. It is a brand new game, and it's only a few minutes. Leave it out on the floor. Back to you guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. George's shot is good.
Well, Paul George just felt out the defense there, and because they weren't close, he could just pull up.
Here's Prince. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. For 3, George. Oh, my. Came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Personal foul.
Good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
And George wants to compete for titles, especially considering that he's in the back half of his career.
Well, when you talk about a classic 3-and-D guy, Paul George is one of the first to come to mind, Brent.
I agree, B.A. I think he's been a little bit underappreciated, but this guy, both ends of the floor, with the ability to score and defend, is elite.
Trent right side, shoots over Oubre, and the Bucks miss again.
Hitting the glass with purpose and aggression.
George for 3. Giannis with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 7 rebounds in the game. Trent for 3. Rebound by Philadelphia. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Maxey on the wing. Back to George. Outside Maxey. Pass to George. Pulls it. And the call will be against Kelly Oubre. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Bucks trail by 6. Lillard deciding where to go with it. Rebound by Philadelphia. Embiid's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. It's George on the wing. And the 3 off target.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in. Oh, the team relying on Gary Trent, putting their faith in his ability to get the big bucket.
Ball stolen. And the Bucks pushing it up now. Lillard passes to Antetokounmpo. Lillard against Maxey. With the floater. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him. George passes to Oubre. And here's Embiid. The three. Oh, Embiid knocking it down from downtown.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line. He's getting good looks on the floor, but he simply cannot bury anything right now. He's got to stay confident, though, because everyone knows he can hit those shots.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Here's George. And he's going for the oop here. Oh, what a nice defensive play to disrupt the lob. Lillard with the ball. And Drummond picks him up defensively. Oh, he nails it! And now they trail by just 4.
Well, he has that ability, elevates his game in the clutch time. It's Lillard time. He's on point.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Embiid finds Oubre. Maxey with a screen on Trent. Outside Maxey. Kicks it to George. Driving in. Just 5 to shoot. And then he packs it down. Right over Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well enough. How about the clutch gene showing up in Taurean Prince? What a shot.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, you can't allow them to dribble out the time.
And now we've got an intentional foul.
That's his second personal foul.
He drops the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion.
At the line for your Sixers.
Second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's a 5-point game.
Huge moment. He steps up and sinks the final daggers.
And the Bucks call time here. They're behind by 5. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
Score quick, then foul. Then you have to hope for some missed free throws.
Yeah, this won't be easy, so a little bit of luck will go a long way for them to get back in.
And here's Milwaukee now. Trent for 3. And nails the trade.
Lazy defense there, guys. You have to guard the outside on inbounds plays, too. Every man has to be accounted for in those situations.
And now they foul and stop the clock.
Personal foul.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 4-point ball game. Timeout called. Milwaukee. They're down by 4. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
I mean, they're still battling, but this one is just about official.
So it's Milwaukee now, and here's Lillard from beyond the arc. No good that time. So a close game sees Philadelphia taking this one. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves, but at the end of the day, thanks, Alec. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Barry, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is...
break in. Game 1 of the NBA season. How does opening night feel different from the rest of the season, the rest of the schedule?
Well, Kevin, it's the excitement of the unknown. Everybody comes in with the highest of expectations, right? You got new teammates, some new wrinkles, still a lot to figure out and shake out over the course of a long season.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. The guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent, and it's Prince in its small forward. Now here's Prince after the miss from Damian Lillard, and he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Lillard surveying the D. Pass to Lopez, 6 to shoot. Taken away by Holiday.
Excellent anticipation there to come away with the steal.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And one of the most respected players in the NBA is Drew Holiday.
Yeah, Kevin, he's a 3-time Teammate of the Year award winner. He's also a Sportsmanship Award winner. He is a pros pro. Solid from 3. Tatum is not shy about firing away.
Lillard against Holiday. Lillard with the bucket.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Here's Tatum, following the score by Damian Lillard. Tatum kicks to White. Out to Porzingis. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Tatum. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Yeah, no hesitation, no overthinking it. Tatum just takes the shot.
Pass to Prince. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. And it's Trent with the extra effort.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Now here is Holiday. Now Tatum. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Well, very few guys take advantage of space in the mid-range like Tatum. He's an assassin from that area.
To the middle, here's Prince. It's rebounded by Drew Holiday.
The defense does just enough to alter that shot.
Right the pass to Tatum. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
And Greg, 2 seasons ago, the Bucks ranked first in defensive rating. Last season, they dropped down to number 19.
Yeah, shifting defensive schemes, coaching changes, also swapping Drew Holiday for Damian Lillard. But they can and should be better than 19.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Had a chance to catch up with Joe Mazzulla. I talked with Coach about how he plans to stop Giannis Antetokounmpo tonight. Coach laughed and then asked me, "You have any ideas?" Giannis is an impossible matchup. We just hope to slow him down a little. As always, it's very difficult to game plan for the Greek Freak, a multiple-time MVP. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. Trent.
Well, what you love about Holiday defensively, he's great on the ball and in help.
And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's his first foul. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Brown with a screen on Lillard. And White slams it in.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Oh, give credit to Lillard there. Outstanding work of recognizing the defense overcommitted.
The kick out to Tatum. It's White on the wing. Covered by Lillard. Pass to Porzingis. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Well, the thing is, you got to be very careful when Porzingis gets that catch-and-shoot game working.
Giannis up top, guarded by Tatum. Giannis a screen on Brown. There's the lob at the Kumbo, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
Celtics leading by 3. Tatum with a screen on Prince. There's Brown with the 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. The Bucks, they won their last contest, that game against the Lakers in LA.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
The kick out to Tatum. Outside Holiday. Giannis grabs the miss. Prince outside. Takes it off the glass. Prince has got his second bucket. Just 4 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
Hello. I mean, that's what I call a move.
Woo. That is some artistry. Greg, you're right. On his way to the basket, he was soaring. What a performance. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Yeah, look, and whether it's a point-blank putback or a kick-out for an open 3, offensive rebounds usually generate quality shots.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, the guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. And it's Prince in at the 3, the small forward. Prince dishes to Lillard. 5 on the clock. Back to Prince. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And a quick look at how things have been since the All-Star break. Checking out the three-point shot ratio for Boston.
And clearly they haven't been shy about launching it from long range. That's the way the league has been going, and they are certainly embracing that trend.
And Holiday kicks to Brown. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Brown's got the lead up to 6 now for the Celtics.
Well, this is what Brown was looking for. He just needed the ball, and then instantly his shot was up.
It's stolen by White, and with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Well, there's plenty of scorers on the Celtics, but Jason Tatum says, I'm going to get my shots. It's just about trusting the process. From experience, I understand that I'm good enough that I can relax and defer a little bit. Then in the fourth, I can score 20 in the quarter. Kevin, he sounds like he's figured it all out.
Thank you so much. You know, he can take over at any time, and it's fun to watch. DA, we thank you for that. It'll go. The Boston lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Trent. And as a coach, what were some of your favorite parts, Stan, of life on the road?
Well, Kevin, we get treated really well on the road in the NBA. I mean, you travel on great charters. People take care of your bags. We stay in great hotels. But my favorite part of being on the road was when we were on our way home. Easier to win at home, family at home. That was the favorite part.
How about the bonding experience that a lot of coaches talk about when you're out there kind of alone against the forces, just you and your team?
Well, I definitely think players bond on trips like that because they're not going in different directions. They team to spend time together. I don't think any of them ever wanted to spend time with me.
Holiday, the pass to Porzingis. The kick out to Holiday. With the drive, back to Porzingis. Lets it go with the 3. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to help. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
And big men aren't supposed to move that well in the open floor. That's a big reason Giannis earned the name, the Freak.
Tatum downhill. Lopez with the block. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Brown's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Knocked loose. Stolen by Holiday. Jumps up. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
Yeah, look, that's a Drew Holiday special. Turning defense into offense.
Lillard against Holiday. 1:31 left now here in the second. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
It's time now to look at the NBA's toughest defensive teams from a season ago. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
I mean, they held opponents to so few points that it allowed them to win games even when their offense wasn't clicking.
And Holiday kicks to Brown. Pass to White. Back to Brown. Rebound, Milwaukee.
His shot's it's not there right now with his team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Here's Trent, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Trent's got 9.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Outside Tatum. Beyond the arc. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Porzingis has got the lead up to 10 now for the Celtics.
Well, this is the dirty work you love to see Porzingis doing. Saving the play and getting them a bucket.
Prince, and the dunk by Prince.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Tatum passes to Brown. From downtown, and the rebound goes to Lopez.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Rolling. Second personal foul. 3rd team foul.
9 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Brown. No good with the layup. And so it's Boston with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Looking good at this point. Well, thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
They've done a lot of things well, but I look at the second chance points. That's where they're doing the most damage, guys.
And now and that is our...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum getting it done today.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Torrey Craig is out there with Horford, and it's Hauser in at the 2. That's the Boston 5.
Solid, just no messing around there. Got to the rack, punched.
Beautiful jam, fairly well defended, GA, but I guess not well enough.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Bucks foul. Jackson. First personal foul. First team foul.
Bucks on defense. 6-point game. Here's Peterson, and he uses the glass on the lane. Peterson's got 4 points now in the quarter. Bucks shooting it as well as you're going to see, 67%. Outside Jackson. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Can't finish the one-handed jam. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said, small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger. Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure. Horford with a screen on Porter. Pritchard gets the bucket.
That's a perfect 4 for 4 to open up the second half. Couldn't have asked for a better start after the break.
Stan, as you know, in past years, Peyton Pritchard had always wanted a starting role. Now, more opportunity, and he has responded.
Yeah, Kevin, he's very competitive and certainly deserving of rotation minutes. He is just now entering his prime.
Back to Horford. 5 to shoot. Pritchard passes to Horford. It's rebounded by Portis.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Here's Jackson. And it's sent back by Horford.
The veteran defensive instincts of Horford. He knew that shot was coming and gets there for the block.
Portis, the pass to Sims. Portis kicks to Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's the 3.
And they aren't giving up the same types of looks we saw in the first half, making them earn their points now.
Picked by Horford. Here's Peterson. Basket good. Peterson's got the lead up to 13 now for the Celtics.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Poke loose. Here's the break. The 3. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
A moment now to see the numbers for Horford. Good season for him last year. Put up 8 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Well, it's because he's someone that understands his role. He plays with confidence and helps provide stability when he's on the floor.
Here he goes. Nice ball movement by Boston. And Horford wide open. He shoots. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
And that's a nice play. Horford getting to his spot, ready to fire.
Stan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
Uncovered. Pritchard gets the bucket. Pritchard's got 8.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
Good to see Porter Jr. knocking down the triple. Needs to keep taking and making those shots.
Hauser the pass to Peterson. The tray. And the basket by Hauser.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And the wide-open shot from Green. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
And how about Porter Jr.'s court awareness? Excellent job finding the open man with the pass.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Now Craig. And again, Boston with the triple.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Teardrop shot. The layup good by Porter. Porter's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Great touch there. It's just so tough to defend a floater like that.
Horford from outside. And so it's the Boston Celtics taking a 19-point lead into the break. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great pass.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Green is out there with Kevin Porter. Then there's Bobby Portis. And there's Jackson, and it's Sims in at the 5 down low. Celtics leading by 21. White dishes to Tatum. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Instead, as he enters his prime, Jason Tatum is shooting to become the face of the NBA.
Yeah, and Kevin, he knows winning is the key. For a star player on a great team, learning that balance, when to take over and when to set up your teammates is a big part of it.
And Milwaukee with a whole new lineup now.
Yeah, Lillard has those ups. He can get to the rim when he wants to.
Here's Holiday. Here's Brown. Pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead it to the score.
And Prince with the jam.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. And here's Holiday. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
Look, you know coming in that Holiday is aggressive. He will try to force you to bend to his will.
They grab their own miss. And it's Giannis missing. Celtics leading by 23. Brown outside. And the NBA helping establish academies and even leagues, Greg, on foreign soil. Do you expect more to come?
I do, Kevin. I think the league recognizes it has a big role to play in the expansion of the game globally. Investments being made with the long-term view in mind.
White, wide open. He fired. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Giannis outside. And he banks in the layup.
And you love watching Giannis operate inside. So assertive and forceful.
Brown deciding where to go with it. Takes a 3. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
That's to Porzingis. Over Lopez. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
2 minutes remaining.
Milwaukee's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Got that one up quick.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Tatum passes to Porzingis. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Antetokounmpo's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Prince can't hit. The Celtics have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Celtics.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they cap off the season series with one more win. It's been nothing but W's, 4 straight.
And we watched him all night long. No one could really stop him. Just another excellent game it was for Jason Tatum.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Prince with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Back to Prince. Stolen by Tatum. Brown outside. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now, shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Sweet move, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Antetokounmpo with the ball. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme.
Much appreciated, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. With Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this
on your list, RJ?
A lot of things, really. But, man, the energy in the building. This house is rocking. These fans are so pumped up and optimistic about their team right now.
Here are the 5 for Philadelphia. We've got Paul George. He's out there with Kelly Oubre. Tyrese Maxey is out there with Joel Embiid. And it's McCain in at the 2-guard spot. He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And when Porzingis can be a third option on a team, he is deadly and efficient, RJ.
We've always seen Porzingis as the guy or as a second option. But when he has elite teammates around him, he really flourishes.
Now here's White. Pass to Brown. Fires the 3. Hits the three-pointer.
Once a weakness in Brown's arsenal, now he's a legitimate threat to burn you from deep.
Maxey against Holiday. Now here's Maxey. He's guarded closely. And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's McCain. He's guarded by White. Just 5 on the clock. For 3, George knocks it down from distance.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And here's Brown for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
Love the response by Brown, marching right back down and dropping in his own 3.
Pass to McCain. And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. And he lobs it up top. And George with the jam.
He's not going to take it easy when he gets to the bucket. George will hammer it home.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. I talked with him about Joel Embiid and asked him what he wants his team to do against him defensively. And he said, I told our big guys to play with physicality out there, but to also know when to go straight up and not let him bait us into silly fouls. It's not an easy assignment, but coach seemed confident in their chances of containing Joel. Guys?
Okay, thanks, Allie. Here's Embiid. After the basket by Boston.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
We know how great Joel Embiid is, but he simply hasn't been as effective in the postseason.
Part of that is because of all the defensive attention he gets. We know things tighten up in the postseason and things become much more challenging. That's why he needs a better supporting cast.
Now here's Holiday. Outside White. Outside Brown. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Brown's got 9 points.
He can do a lot with the ball, but Brown is just as good playing off the ball. He's always ready to catch and fire.
And the shot goes down.
He's taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's Tatum. Back to Brown. The kick to Tatum. Plenty of space. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in.
No second thoughts from Tatum. Just look, he's ready.
Pass to McCain. And here's George. Outside Oubre. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his three-point shot as a weapon.
Now here's Holiday. No good with the triple.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
To the inside. And stolen by Porzingis. In transition. Outside White. Brown with a screen. White. Good.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
76ers trail by 3. Outside Maxey. Pass to Oubre. Maxey against Holiday. Kicks it to George. 5 to shoot. And the jam by George.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hops, right? You add that to his ability to penetrate, that's 2 easy points. Now here's White. His last outing, he had 18 points. Here's Brown, right side Tatum, shoots over Oubre, and it's Tatum missing.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
So they take the lead. Maxi's got 5 points.
The pure shooting stroke of Maxi, gifted at draining it from outside the arc.
The kick to Tatum. And the shot is good on the assist by Holiday.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
It's been all about Jaylen Brown for the Boston Celtics. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And for the Celtics here, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Simply put, they look totally fearless on the defensive end.
Yeah, they're putting pressure on all the ball handlers, getting into the passing lanes and showing great anticipation.
So on the floor for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. Joel Embiid is out there with George. Then there's Kelly Oubre. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's McCain in at shooting guard. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. Well, Grant, you often hear about how smooth Paul George's game is.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Young players can learn a lot by watching his footwork. His timing, his ability to find the space he needs, it's just tremendous.
Grant, we're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game.
Now here's Brown. He's got 9. Tatum can't hit. Knocks it loose. White with the steal. Pass to Porzingis. Here's Tatum. He's covered by Oubre. Take it away. For 3, Maxey. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown. And so Brown will bring it up for Boston. And this team has been unstoppable away from their own arena. Up there with some of the best road teams we've ever seen.
No question about that. It's hard enough to win in this league with the parity, but to do it away from your home floor and home fans, that's something to be proud of.
All right, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Celtics?
From the tip, they are not making things easy on them. Lots of steals, playing disruptive basketball.
And something else I've noticed is how they've been able to cause turnovers and take advantage of them on the offensive end, not wasting those extra chances at all.
It's hauled in by White.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
Maxey surveys. It's George on the wing. Oubre, a screen on Tatum. Nice shot by George.
They're capable of shooting 40% from deep for a season. Paul George is steady from downtown.
Oh, here's White on the drive. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Here's McCain. George outside. 6 to shoot. And a miss there on the triple. The Celtics have gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Hits the trifecta.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
And it's Maxey missing.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Ooh, it's stolen away. Here we go, the Sixers on the break. The Sixers with another miss.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
Porzingis finds Holiday. And again, Boston with the triple.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
And here's the look now at the last few months of assist numbers for Jason Tatum.
They've got to be happy about how many more assists he's been dishing out lately. He's got a pass-first mentality, and with how well he's been distributing, that's a very good thing. His teammates love playing with him.
For three, Maxey sends it home from three-point land. Maxey's got 9.
Let's just say this hasn't been his quarter. Yeah, he's shooting 20% in it so far.
Pass to Brown. Now Porzingis. Embiid covers. Shot clock at 5. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. And they stop the action here. They're using their coach's challenge to see if they can get this foul overturned.
Oubre Jr. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Celtics, Jaylen Brown. At the line.
Still disputed, even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Oubre can't hit. Boston leading by 7. Outside Tatum. The 3. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Brown's got 3 assists in the game.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
Maxey finds George. Let's go with a 3. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
The ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Maxey. It's George on the wing. And Porzingis with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. For 3, Maxey. And so it's the Boston Celtics closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Great shot selection right now. Keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. We'll be right back after this word.
You know, I love sitting up here and doing this show with you guys. I learn something new every day.
Man, you know what? It is.
And returning our attention to this game, a solid first half for the Boston Celtics.
They're playing the way they're.
Thanks, as always.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Jaylen Brown having a dominant impact in this game.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. last season's top rebounding teams. The Celtics second.
Last year, they had a very physical aspect of the game down. They were a very tough team to keep off the boards.
Torrey Craig out there with Al Horford. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Peterson in at the small forward position. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. Count the basket.
I just love when teams make it work down low.
76ers trail by 9. And here's Lowry. Shot from the low post is good. Lowry's got his first basket.
Playing way bigger than his 6-foot height. Lowry scores it inside. He just plays with so much heart.
Takes the three. Pritchard, no good.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
And when you talk about the Boston Celtics last year, they were historically good, Richard.
Yeah, they had the 4th best net rating ever in the history of the game. That's Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the MJ Bulls. Shattered the NBA record for offensive rating at 123.1. They were unreal.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played. Pass to Craig. Here's Pritchard. Clock at 6. Three-pointer. Drains the triple. And the Celtics lead by 8.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
For 3, Lowry. Pure from three-point range. Lowry's got 5 points now this quarter.
A clean start to the half for them, knocking down their first 3 shots.
Horford, a screen on Lowry. And Pritchard, here we go. Out to Craig. Horford, a screen on Drummond. Craig passes to Hauser. Horford outside, and they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. 76ers trail by 5. Lowry outside. Inside, Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Assist.
And just a shrewd pass by Lowry. He has a gift for seeing what's happening on the floor and finding shooters.
Pass to Peterson. It's hauled in by the Sixers. And they're on the run. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
They're doing the job on both ends, getting stops and attacking offensively.
All the momentum seems to be running in their favor. They're close to taking the lead.
Out to Craig. Here's the 3. Again, the miss by Boston. Here's Philadelphia. They're on an 11-3 run. Now here's Lowry. The D's right on him. Down low. Here's Drummond. And the jam by Drummond.
Yeah, running the offense, just one of Lowry's many talents.
We've got 1:55 left in the third. Outside Craig. Back to Pritchard for 3. No good on the shot. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Here's Council, defended by Craig. Here's Edwards. Can't get it to drop. Oh, great D that time from Craig. 1:19 left in the third quarter. That one's good for 2. Peterson's got his second bucket on the night. Extremely competitive game thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes in total. I expect there to be more to come.
Lowry drives in. Edwards. Outside Craig. Pass to Hauser. Here's Pritchard. Here's Hauser. Yet to see a basket. Craig on the wing. Oh, rejected by Drummond. And he's able to get it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The the 76ers have gotten 6 of 8 shots to go and looking good since the break. Here's Lowry. Pass to Drummond. Here's Bonin. Lowry outside. And he's going for the lob. And the lob disrupted. Not to be. Here's Craig. And he lays it in on the break. Craig's gotten his first bucket of the night.
And just good hustle. Always nice to get an easy bucket on the break.
And making sure they convert by finishing strong.
For 3, Lowry. Hauser grabs the board. Here's Horford. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Taking a look at Philadelphia. We've got Maxey. Joel Embiid is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kelly Oubre, and it's McCain in at the 2. Now here's Maxey. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D. Here's a look at the schedule for Philadelphia. On Friday, they'll go up against Chris Paul and the San Antonio Spurs. Then on Sunday, they'll be playing against Clint Capella and the Atlanta Hawks.
What a great opportunity for this team to take a step forward. They have some tough road games coming up, and that kind of stretch can bring a team together. Winning some of these games would be huge for their overall confidence.
Now here's Brown. It's hauled in by Oubre.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. He don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And Maxey gets it to go on the assist by Oubre.
Maxey just completely disregarding the defense because he can.
Tatum passes to Brown. That one is off. Good work defensively by Oubre. Pass to Maxey from outside the arc. Offensive rebound. Controls the rebound and the putback.
Love the activity from Embiid, just doing whatever he can to keep plays alive, getting rewarded for it there.
On the wing, Holiday. Tatum against George. And Tatum fires one home. Tremendous momentum building toward those final possessions.
Yeah, with 8 lead changes so far, it feels like this is going to come down to the last shot.
Pass to McCain. Back to Maxey. Jacks up a 3. Again, Maxey missing.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And here's Brown for 3. JB on the break. Sensational.
Some players shrink when the pressure's on, but he lives for these moments.
Maxey passes to George. And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. Looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse had to say to the team. He isn't liking what he's seeing out there on the perimeter, saying to his guys, defensively, we're too lax, and they're getting any 3 they want. And offensively, the ball movement, it isn't crisp, which is why we're not getting many opportunities from outside. I want to see improvement on both ends.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Right side, Holiday. Outside, Tatum. Fires the 3. Rebound by Philadelphia.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Here's McCain. And another miss by Philadelphia. Celtics lead by 4. Outside, Brown. To the paint. Oh, George with a steal. All by himself. Here's Embiid. Philadelphia with another miss. Boston has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Here's Brown. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's going to go on Paul George. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Boston.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes, spacing the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
Yeah, all game long, they've been also playing well inside in the paint. Lots of points are coming their way thanks to them attacking the interior.
For three, Maxey. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now.
Sixers foul. Paul George. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8.
A multi-talented swingman. Tatum just continues to get better and better each year.
Pass to Oubre. Will it go? The Sixers again can't hit.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
And there's the lob. Off the lob. Jason Tatum.
Terrific lob, and Tatum takes care of the rest. This is how it's done. Those passes dunk themselves.
Outside Maxey. Out to the right wing. Embiid from outside. Gets the 3 ball to go.
The pure talent of Joel Embiid knows no bounds.
And White has got the ball here for Boston. They've led by as much as 10. Oubre with a steal. George with it. Now guarded by White. George against Tatum. George feels it out a bit. Shoots over Tatum. George's shot is off. On the wing, Tatum. George defending. And the jam by Brown.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
And he's off from 17.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
Yeah, they got to be disappointed with this result.
We see Boston get the win here. A competitive game. You have to feel like, all right, Allie, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson.
Here they are. Game 1 of the season. Wow, it's fun to be here. And Clark, this is the culmination of all the hard work put in over the summer.
Yeah, you talk to the players on both sides, and there's optimism about this upcoming year. We'll see if that optimism is justified over time.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Running the wings, it's Oubre and George. Andre Drummond is out there with Embiid, and it's Maxey in at the point.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Maxey kicks to Drummond. From deep, George. He kept alive.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
Trent passes to Lillard. And here's Trent. Pass to Lopez. And that's a foul called on Kelly Oubre. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Lillard. Clock at 6. Plays it up off the glass.
Hey, Lillard's not the biggest guy on the floor, but I tell you what, he plays with great passion and can do work inside.
Hey, GA, how about Damian Lillard's time in Portland? 11 magnificent years.
I mean, Kevin, arguably the best trailblazer of all time. Rookie of the year, then 7 All-Star appearances. Dame will always be a legend in the Rose City.
Once Giannis gets that close to the rim, you know that he'll do everything he can to make the finish happen.
Maxey kicks to Embiid. Pass to Oubre. There's the steal. And up the court come the Bucks on the break.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
And guys, I know there are a lot of questions right now defensively for this team. There's no doubt about that.
Antetokounmpo against Embiid. Antetokounmpo, no good. The 76ers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Wasted no time on that one.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him when he's on his game.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And Clark, we know the last handful of years, the 76ers have been a threat in the East.
7 straight years of playoff runs. Can't get past that second-round barrier, though, Kevin. But as far as success, they've been as consistent as it comes in the East the last decade. The numbers testify. Tyrese Maxey is one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on George. Prince can't hit.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Three-pointer by Embiid. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. And that's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. Now here's Giannis. Lillard outside. Pass to Prince. Back to Lillard. 5 on the clock. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Now Maxey. Outside, George driving the lane. And it's Paul George with the finish.
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Now here's Giannis. This game he had 28 points. And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
Great speed displayed by George on his way to the bucket. Devastating to the defense with those dunking skills of his.
Giannis, no good.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. Drains the three-pointer. Maxey's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Philadelphia.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Lopez, a screen on Maxey. Here's Lillard. And just miss after miss right now. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Left side, George. Here's Maxey. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling. Off to a very good start offensively as a result.
And the basket by Lillard.
Gotta like that attacking mindset of Lillard. I mean, very confident in his ability to score and finish inside.
Embiid with the screen on Lillard. Maxey into the lane. High post, Embiid. Over onto Kumbo. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And so it's Philadelphia with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, Maxey and Oubre, they have the guard duties. Joel Embiid out there with Andre Drummond, and it's George in at the 3 spot. Always good to get another look at a terrific defensive play.
Quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Bucks trail by 6 to the paint and stolen by Maxey. Here's Embiid. Oh, Embiid, too tough inside.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The Bucks use their size defensively to great impact. Coach Doc Rivers said, we're not fast, we're long. So we get our fingertips on a lot of balls, and that slows fast teams down. Switching keeps guys in front of you, and the more size we can put in front of people, the better we can be. Kevin?
Yeah, you follow this league for a long time. That sounds like a pretty good game plan. And Joel Embiid is a giant center. Clark, his size, his arm span. How does his sheer size, do you think, affect the game?
Well, he's a mountain of a man. Not only is he tall, he's wide, and he's deep, too, Kevin. In other words, he's hard to get around, and he's also hard to challenge because he's north and south. So, and you factor in his touch, this guy does things that I've not really seen a guy of his size do, particularly when you talk about pity-patting the dribble and knocking down face-up jumpers all the way out to the three-point line. It should almost be unlawful for a guy north of 3 bills to be doing that.
Rim rocker, Joel Embiid.
Thunderous throwdown that time from Joel Embiid.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Matter of fact, a lot of his points came from the stripe. He was feeling it. You know, guys, when you look at those numbers last year for him, I think it does affect how much you're willing to go after contact, because you're a little fearful of getting to the foul line unless you're in the and one situation. Too many trips to the line when you shoot it as poorly as he does actually can hurt you.
And that assist got him a nod from his teammate after that one.
Oubre up top, defended by Trent. In the corner, George with it. Stolen by Prince. Now the Bucks moving it up. Trent, that's a two-pointer. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. And now just a 3-point 76ers lead. Embiid with the screen on Lillard. Stolen by Prince. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. Oh, and Antetokounmpo hammers it in.
How about Prince? Really crafty defensively and coming up with the takeaway.
Like we know, the Bucks are a veteran team that has now leveraged their assets to try to win now.
And the question is, Kevin, do they have enough? There's a point at which veteran becomes a nicer way or a euphemism for old, especially in today's NBA. That can be a problem for you.
Kicks it out to Lillard. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball.
And let's check out the stats for Damian Lillard. Great showing for him last season. He averaged about 24 points a game last year, 7 assists and 4 rebounds. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Maxey, and blocked by Lopez.
Big Brook Lopez gobbling up space and getting the block on that play.
4 on the shot clock. There's the triple. Embiid, no good. Bucks trail by 4. Trent, right side. He gets it in there. Trent's got 4 points in the quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
It's good from long range. Trent's got 12.
Trent staying alert and dishing the rock there.
The 3 from George. Giannis grabs the miss. Antetokounmpo's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going in this quarter. And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Yeah, they're cracking. Absolutely cracking and looking to pad that lead.
George passes to Drummond. Back to George. Oubre kicks to George. Kicks it out to Maxey. The 76ers need to get off a shot. The 76ers with another miss. This trip is his second to the free throw line in this one.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
Lopez from long range. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Bucks ahead as they end the second quarter on a 20-5 run. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And what about you guys? Did you like to look ahead on the schedule, or did you take the one game at a time approach? Switching back now to the Philadelphia 76ers, they've been fighting it out through the first half of play.
What a job they did from three-point land, huh?
Thank you for being with us.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are one or two of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Green is out there with Portis. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Kevin Porter. And it's Sims in its center. Sims with the rebound. Milwaukee in the lead. On the wing, Jackson, while recovering, buries the long-range jumper.
Porter Jr., we know he can create his own shot, but he also can knock down the catch-and-shoot jumper.
Ball's knocked loose. Philadelphia's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Hits it from three-point range.
Off and running right out the bat here to start the second half.
That's exactly what they want. Get him into the offensive flow right away and then keep it going.
Pass to Jackson. Back to Porter. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Outside Porter. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Porter's got 5 points now this quarter.
Right on the money, Porter Jr. wanting to make an impact and a statement from the mid-range.
Here's the screen. Here's Lowry. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
You know, Clark, the days of trust the process are long gone. The Sixers are now focused on the now.
As well they should be, Kevin. With a superstar big guy in his prime and Joel Embiid, there's no time like the present. And it's not going to last forever, so they need to capitalize.
Green finds Jackson. Three-pointer. They get the rebound. Here's Sims. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. The 76ers trail by 4. Pass to Bona. Here's Council, guarded by Green. And here's Edwards from the arc. That shot off.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Porter, and finished off by Porter.
Porter's such a terrific athlete, making it look easy as he takes off and jams it down.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Good on that shot. With that, the Bucks' lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Edwards.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Good on the bucket.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
And so Lowry will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. It's rebounded by Portis. Porter inside.
And they were second in the league in terms of fewest turnovers. Just a smart, heady group out there that doesn't beat themselves.
And last season, everything started with their defense. You mentioned their #1 ranking in steals. The pressure they put on opponents was nonstop. Clark, there are some that would say that Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player in Milwaukee Bucks history. Others might say Lou Alcindor. What do you say?
Hey, pump the brakes on that Giannis. I love the Greek freak, but I tell you, Kareem is my guy. I would tip my hat there, but I certainly understand why others would say, Giannis, I'm going to hang my hat with Kareem.
The offensive rebound outside for Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Here's Sims. A second chance effort. And a wide open look for Porter. Good on the three-point shot. Porter's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Bucks. Here's Edwards. And they pick up 2. Edwards got 7.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Lowry against Porter. Pass to Sims. The kick out to Porter. Lets the 3 fly. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for him.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changing. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
The drive by Jackson.
Are you kidding me? He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go. Baby, it is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more the
Kevin Porter getting it done for the Milwaukee Bucks. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. We've got more in store for you right after this. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Taking a look at the 76ers. Running the wings, it's Oubre and George. Andre Drummond is out there with Joel Embiid, and it's Maxey in at the point guard position. Lillard against Maxey. Prince, right side. The shot by Lillard, wide open. From outside, off the mark. The 76ers trail by 9. Maxey kicks to George. Pass to Drummond. From outside the arc. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. Bucks leading by 9. Right side, Antetokounmpo. Trent outside. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. Off target from three-point range. Lillard dishes to Prince. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Here's Maxey. Another miss by Philadelphia. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Lillard, right side. That one goes in, and the Bucks lead by 16.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Pass to Trent. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Giannis passes to Lillard. And here's Antetokounmpo outside. And another 3 for Milwaukee. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Bucks?
Really a great job in this one, forcing the issue defensively. Great quickness and discipline combined, making ball handlers very uncomfortable.
And we also got to highlight how lackluster the opposition has been in terms of boxing out. This team is flat out bullying them on the offensive glass.
And it's Oubre off the drive, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Oubre with those long strides covers up ground quickly.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Milwaukee. So far in the 4th quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Kicks it out to Prince. Puts up a 3. Sinks the triple. Prince has got 6 points in the quarter.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Lillard surveying the D. And Greg, everyone loves talking trades. Future first-round picks have been moved quite a bit of late, and that's been kind of interesting.
And Kevin, a lot of teams that don't control any of their future first-round picks. With so much pressure to win now, GMs are willing to use draft assets.
And stolen by Prince.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Bucks.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Giannis.
And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with the fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds.
From deep, George. It's hauled in by Trent.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Trent finds Lillard. From deep three-point territory. Rebound by the 76ers. Oh, trying for it. Now here's Embiid. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control operating. Thanks so much, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is...
Game of a brand new season. So many possibilities.
Well, you know, BA, for the players, you're excited and relieved at the same time. You get to see all the hard work you put in during the offseason pay off.
And let's take a look at Boston's starting lineup. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Holiday in at the point. Prince against Brown. Prince, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From outside, off the mark. Brown finds Tatum. Over Antetokounmpo. Pulled the shot a little left. The bounce goes his way, though.
Well, you see the effectiveness of Jason Tatum in close. Don't sleep on both his strength and his length.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I was able to spend a few minutes with Doc Rivers. The main topic of conversation, how they plan to guard Jason Tatum. We want to try to make Jason a jump shooter. Avoid fouling, don't let him go downhill. But JT will get his, so let's hope we limit him. Well, that's never easy to do, guys.
Appreciate the report, Allie. And the expression, not enough touches to go around. Do the Celtics risk falling into that trap, Doris?
Well, first and foremost, BA, if that's a problem for you, it's a good one to have. I think the key here is with all the weapons available, you have to have some personal sacrifice. And to this point, this team has been willing to do that.
Here's Lillard after the basket by Boston. And he drives in. And off there, he misses his first shot of the night.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Brown against Lillard, and it's Brown off the drive.
Oh my goodness, Brown finishes off the drive, not simply laying it in, but a message of authority on the dunk.
Screen by Antetokounmpo. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. Counted from distance.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Holiday passes to White. Pass to Brown from behind the arc. Rebounded by the Bucks. Well, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Lillard passes to Lopez. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist.
Brook Lopez never stops working, especially inside where he has been a force.
Here's Holiday. And here's White. Over Lillard. White can't hit. And so it's Antetokounmpo with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They trail by 1. Up high and down it goes on the lob.
Impressive how in sync Giannis is with his squad, enabling them to set up a flashy alley-oop.
Now here's Tatum. Pass to White. Outside Holiday. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Yeah, because of his frame, Holiday can do some of his best work on the interior.
Doris, even as he gets up there in age, Drew Holiday is still an elite defender.
Brian, it's really remarkable how valuable a piece he is. They call him the Swiss Army knife because he is one of those rare individuals that can guard all 5 positions. He understands schemes. He's willing to mix things up. Drew Holiday is elite, period. Well, this is where having a tighter handle helps Jaylen Brown in pick-and-roll play. Just gets to his spot and scores it.
Trent finds Lillard. Back to Trent. Pass to Antetokounmpo. That one won't fall. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Boston has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. White, the pass to Holiday. Now here's Brown. Here's Tatum. Banked it in off the glass. Tatum's gotten his second bucket.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. The shot misses. Nice D from Tatum.
It hasn't been his best quarter. I mean, he's trying to shoot himself out of the slump.
There's 21 seconds left now in the first quarter. Another one falls for Boston.
Well, you love the way Tatum will take the mid-range if it opens up to him.
Lillard outside. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Holiday. Here's Lillard. And no good. The dry spell continues. It's stolen by Trent. And so it's the Boston Celtics with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. The hustle they've shown on defense. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, guys, what do you think about the Celtics here in this one?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. And it's Prince in at the 3. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Lillard passes to Trent. Tatum with a steal. By himself. Oh, look at Tatum. What a finish.
You can see the length and the impact defensively of Jason Tatum, the rip and then the score on the other end.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, with the Bucks switching coaches midway through last season, Doc Rivers, experienced with star-laden rosters, he said, quote, "I resist thinking that you can't coach players. I have no problem holding them accountable. If you don't do it, you're not going to win." Brian, the pressure's on to get it done.
Burden of expectations. It's title or bust. Thanks, Allie.
You see the level of verticality that Jason Tatum brings to the table. Nice.
And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Quarter number 2 and about a minute in. Pass to Prince. There's the drive, and he lobs it up. Lillard outside. Shot clock at 5. Launches it. Porzingis grabs the board. Boston leading by 10.
Bucks foul. Dorian Prince, first personal foul. First team foul.
Holiday finds Tatum. Back to Holiday. The 3 is up. Rebounded by Lopez. A minute and a half gone in the second quarter. Down low. Ooh, Giannis using his length inside.
And Giannis has a ridiculous combination of size, skill, and athleticism.
Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
Brown passes to Porzingis. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in.
3 points.
Brown's got 3 assists tonight.
When Porzingis is knocking down that three-point shot consistently, it opens up other aspects of his game.
Oh, Lillard just owning the paint.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Holiday surveying the floor. Pass to Tatum. From deep three-point land. And the Celtics another 3.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
To the middle. Tatum with some nice D.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Outside Holiday. On the wing, Tatum.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Look at Tatum using his length.
Jason Tatum is capable of explosive nights offensively. If you're the defense, you better lock in right now.
Trent outside. Antetokounmpo, a screen on White. Out of bounds. It'll be Celtics ball. And getting a perspective on the offensive tendencies here since the All-Star break, We got a breakdown showing the average of 3-point attempts versus 2-point shot attempts per game since the midway point of the season for Boston.
And they've been cooking from downtown, shooting with volume and efficiency. It's a strong attack from them offensively, and it puts so much pressure on opponents to try and cover all that space.
That one falls. Tatum's got 17 points.
Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering.
Lillard against Holiday. Lillard passes to Trent to end the run. And Lillard gets it to go on the assist from Trent. Lillard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And this is exactly why you got to be up on Lillard, or he'll burn you off the catch.
Tatum from long range. Damian Lillard with the rebound.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Back to Trent. Here's Lillard. Oh, Lillard with a masterful touch on the floater.
Well, offensively, this guy has been cooking. They're definitely not losing because of him.
Tatum, a screen on Trent. Outside Tatum. 29 seconds left in the second period. The Bucks trail by 11. And he slams it in one-handed.
Oh, my goodness. Gary Trent Jr. saying, Pops, I got a little hops in my game, too.
White drives in. Oh, rise up, Jaylen Brown.
Boy, you get a real glimpse of the explosiveness of Jaylen Brown. What a big-time finish.
Lillard passes to Trent. Back to Lillard. Over Holiday. No good from 18. And so it's Jason Tatum making highlights for Boston. 11 points in the quarter. He's Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
And a look here now at the Bucks. Like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, everyone starts out undefeated. Changing focus now to that first half. A brutal game so far for the Milwaukee Bucks.
If they think they'll win.
Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. And you know, Jason Tatum, he's been really making it happen, guys.
Through the first two quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far, unstoppable.
Kicking off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. They've got Torrey Craig. He's out there with Al Horford. And it's Peterson in at the 3. Shot clock at 2. The 3 is up. Rebound, Milwaukee. Following this one, they hit the road to challenge the Kings at Golden One Center in Sacramento. That's the first of a 3-game trip out on the road for them. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
Oh, a huge slam! An exclamation point on that break.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Out to Craig, pass to Horford. A rebound by Sims.
Well, I guarantee you this is not what they talked about in the locker room. 0 for 3 and looking lost.
Boston leading by 7. To the inside, Peterson. And let's take this time to bring up the list of last season's elite. And coach doesn't like the call at all. He's opting to use his challenge. He wants the officials to look at the replay.
Taking 2 shots. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules. There will be 2 minutes to review the play.
Still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Late clock, the Celtics got to hurry here. Tipped. They recover it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Bucks trail by 7. Outside Porter. Green, a screen. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
Oh, and there's the talent. Porter Jr., a highly skilled young player.
Horford, a screen on Porter. That shot off. Oh, and Jackson with the defensive effort. And here's Green from the arc. They get it again. On the wing, Green. Cash. Assisting on the play was Porter.
And their transition offense triggering this run.
The Celtics have gotten 0 shots to go out of 6 attempts. Here's Craig. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. And the Celtics lead by 4.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Porter, the pass to Portis.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
They set the pick. 6 to shoot. Inside. Horford with a steal. Here's Peterson. Defended by Jackson. And he's going to the line for 2. And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call.
Shooting for Boston, Peterson.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
And you know, you look at someone like Peyton Pritchard, Doris, heady guy who doesn't make many mistakes.
BA, maybe his best attribute in my mind is the competitive spirit and the motor he plays with. He's a fearless shot taker, either inside or from three-point range. He makes excellent choices with his passes. But again, I go back to that competitive toughness.
1:03 left in the third quarter. Horford can't hit.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch. Terrific energy at both ends to sustain this run.
They found their composure on both ends of the floor, and that is what triggered this run.
Pass to Hauser. Horford, a screen on Green. Hauser passes to Pritchard. 6 on the shot clock. To the middle. In transition, here come the Bucks. And it's hammered home by Green.
And a steal like that, with the conversion, can really start moving things in your direction.
Here's Horford, and Horford powers it home.
One thing you can't afford is to allow Al Horford to get to this spot. It's over if you do.
Left side Porter. From down in the low post, it goes. Porter's got 4 points this quarter.
Since the break, it feels like an entirely new game.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
Out to Craig. Tie game in Milwaukee. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
And just a selfless decision from your two-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
How about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. And it's Prince in at the small forward position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. And the technical free throw is good. Antetokounmpo outside. Porzingis grabs the board.
If you try something like that, you better be sure to complete it.
Pass to Tatum. Outside, Brown. Back to Tatum. Here's White, 5 to shoot. Back to Tatum. Lets the 3 fly. Jason Tatum! He's a sharpshooter.
You know, the ability for Jason Tatum to be ready on the catch, those opportunities make the game a little bit easier.
Holiday against Lillard. Tatum with a steal. In transition, here they come! Right side, Porzingis. 3-pointer, Holiday. And again, Boston with the triple. And taking a quick gander here at the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis.
A sloppy turnover. When you're not locked in, pay the price.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. He pleaded with his guys to keep their emotions in check, saying, you're battling right now. Continue to play smart. Don't try to be a hero out there. Play for one another. Guys, let's see what happens.
As always, Allie, we thank you. 3-pointer goes up. 3-pointer goes down for White.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Lillard against Holiday. Pass to Prince. They set the screen. Shot clock at 6. Trent, the pass to Prince. Lillard outside. Back to Trent. Shoots over White. Misses off the left iron. Boston leading by 6. Tatum on the drive. And finished off by Tatum.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Holiday. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And man, does Giannis work hard on the glass. Be rewarded for his efforts right there.
Brown looking around. And Tatum, here we go. And Brown with the stuff.
Unbelievable shooting down the stretch has them sitting pretty.
Lillard outside. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Porzingis 7-3 says not here and not now.
Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for Boston. Porzingis sets a screen. Here's Brown on the
Oh, my God. Look out below. We've got to get this guy in the dunk contest. Jaylen Brown taking flight with that insane athleticism.
Lopez can't hit.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And the jam by Brown.
Everyone loves the alley-oop play, B.A.
Yep, one of the prettiest in basketball. Trent, the pass to Lopez. The 3 from Prince. Second shot opportunity. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Yeah, nice fake by Giannis. And as a defender, you just shake your head.
First free throw is good, and that brings him within single digits.
Taking 2 shots.
And he's unable to get the second one.
They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would have loved to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
Here's Brown. Again, Brown missing. Now the Bucks with it. Pass to Trent. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Well, Gary Trent Jr. is accustomed to dealing with aggressive defense. That's the level of scorer he is. But in the interior there, I'll tell you, draws the contact nicely.
Gary Trent Jr. 2 shots.
Trent hits them both. Here's White. 36 seconds left in the fourth. Tatum's got room. Rebounded by the Bucks.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
I'll tell you, it's never an easy point in the game. Knowing whatever you do, you're still coming away with the L.
Great idea by Lillard, using that experience to run the offense.
First personal foul. First team foul.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And so they foul intentionally.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Good on the first. And that increases the lead to 6. And so he drops them both. And it's a 7-point game.
Well, we know this. Free throw shooting is such a mental aspect of the game. This guy keeps his composure and comes through.
Timeout called. Milwaukee. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Now, it's an opportunity for a teaching moment. I'm sure Coach will waste no time making his points.
Well, maybe not his time, but this game is certainly finished. Let's get it over with.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. Third team foul.
So the first one drops, and that increases the lead to 6.
2 shots.
And so both free throws good, and it's a 7-point game. Time called here. The Bucks decide to talk it over. There's 18 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. All right, guys, what do you think?
Too little, too late. Making a change won't save them now.
Well, I think he might just want to remind these guys, hey, let's finish the game the right way.
Trent for 3, and he buries it. And now they trail by just 4.
Well, that leadership from Lopez, wanting to get his guys involved with his passing ability.
Here's Brown. So it's a narrow victory for the Celtics, pulling it out for the W. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in.